Welcome to Flair English. Let's master real-world English together.
Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Flair English. I am your host, Lucy. We are starting a very special journey today, but before we take another step, I want to invite you into our family. If you want to learn English in a slow, calm, and real way, please take just 1 second right now to subscribe to our channel, Flair English. And please click that little bell icon too. It is so important. By pressing the bell, you will get a gentle reminder every time we upload a new conversation. It helps our family grow, and it keeps us connected. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Today, sitting right across from me at this wooden table is my wonderful co-host, my dear friend, Diego. Hello, Diego.
Hello, Lucy, and hello to every single person listening to us right now. Whether you are walking in the park, cooking dinner in your kitchen, or driving in your car, thank you. Thank you for inviting us into your life today. It is a true honor to be here with you.
Diego, learning a language can feel so heavy sometimes. It can feel lonely. You study for hours, you memorize vocabulary, you do your grammar exercises, and then you try to speak to a native speaker, and your mind goes completely blank. You make a mistake, and sometimes you just want to cry. Sometimes you want to close your books and give up forever.
Oh, Lucy, I know that feeling so well. I really do. When I first moved to an English-speaking country, I felt like a child. I felt like I couldn't express my true personality. I would make small mistakes and my face would turn bright red. I felt embarrassed. I want to tell our listeners right now, if you feel frustrated with your English, you are not alone. I see you. Lucy sees you. Every English learner in the world feels this way sometimes. It is completely normal.
It is so normal. Here at Flair English, we believe that mistakes are beautiful. Mistakes mean you are trying. Mistakes mean you are brave. So today, we are going to hold your hand. We are going to look at one of the most frustrating parts of the English language. We are going to make it simple. We are going to go so slowly.
I love going slowly. What is our topic today, Lucy? What is the thing that makes English learners want to pull their hair out?
Today, we are talking about 3 tiny little words. They are so small, but they cause so much pain and confusion. The words are in, on, and at.
Ah, the terrible 3 prepositions of time and place: in, on, and at. I have to be honest, Lucy, even after speaking English for many years, I still have to stop and think about these 3 words sometimes.
And that is completely okay, Diego. Native speakers don't even know the rules. We just know what sounds right, because we've heard it a million times. But for an adult learning English at a B1 level, saying it just sounds right is not helpful. You need a system. You need a map.
A map. I like that. So how do we start? How do we build this map in our minds?
I want to ask our listeners to use their beautiful imaginations right now. If it is safe for you to do so, you can even close your eyes. I want you to imagine an upside-down triangle.
An upside-down triangle. Okay, I'm picturing it in my mind. The top part of the triangle is very wide. It's a big flat line. Then, as you go down, the triangle gets smaller and narrower in the middle. Finally, at the very bottom, it becomes a tiny, sharp point.
Exactly, Diego. That's a perfect description. This upside-down triangle is the secret to everything. We are going to use this triangle to understand 2 things: time and place. Let's start our journey with time. Imagine that big, wide space at the very top of our upside-down triangle. Because this space is so big and wide, we put the word in here.
In. Okay, so because the top of the triangle is big, we use in for big general periods of time.
Yes, we use in for things that take a long time to pass, huge periods of time. For example, centuries, decades, years, months, and seasons. Let's break those down, slowly.
Let's start with centuries. A century is 100 years. That is a very, very long time. So we use in. For example, the telephone was invented in the 19th century, or we are living in the 21st century.
Beautiful. Now let's go a little bit smaller to decades. A decade is 10 years. It is still a big box of time, so we still use in.
The Beatles were very famous in the 1960s, or I grew up in the 90s.
I grew up in the 90s too. I remember listening to cassette tapes. It was a great time. Okay, what's next? Years. A year has 365 days. It is still a big, wide period of time at the top of our triangle.
Exactly. So tell me, Lucy, when were you born?
I was born in 1990.
Perfect. In 1990. You use in before the year. My sister graduated from university in 2015, or the new hospital will open in 2026. Listeners, think about the year you were born. Say it out loud right now. I was born in, and say your year. That feels good. I hope our listeners are speaking out loud with us. Practice makes the feeling of the language stay in your heart. So we have centuries, decades, and years. What about months, Lucy? A month has 30 or 31 days.
A month is still big enough to be at the top of our triangle, so months always take in. My birthday is in October. We're going on a holiday to Italy in July. The weather gets very cold in December.
This is making so much logical sense to me now. If it's a big space of time, it's like a big box. You're standing inside the box of that month. You're standing in October.
I love that image, Diego. A box of time. Now, there's one more big category for in. Holidays, but not just any holidays. Holidays that have the word day attached to them.
Holidays with the word day. For example, Christmas Day?
Exactly, because you are talking about one specific 24-hour period. I love opening presents on Christmas Day. I always buy flowers for my mother on Mother's Day. Couples go out for romantic dinners on Valentine's Day. I was so tired on my wedding day.
What if the holiday does not have the word day? What if I just want to talk about the general holiday period, like the whole week of Christmas?
That is a fantastic question. If you are talking about a holiday period, not just one day, we jump down to the bottom of the triangle, the very sharp point at the bottom. The word is at. We say at Christmas or at Easter.
Wait, really? Let's move down to the bottom of the triangle then, the tiny sharp point. The word is at. What else do we use at for?
Because at is the smallest, sharpest point of the triangle, we use it for extremely specific times. We use it for clock times. It is precise. It is a specific moment.
Clock times, like numbers on a watch. The train leaves at 8 a.m.
Yes. I will meet you at the cafe at 3:30 p.m. My alarm rings at 6 o'clock every morning. We always eat lunch at noon. Noon is exactly 12 p.m. It's a specific point.
I go to sleep at midnight. Midnight is exactly 12 a.m. It's a specific point. This triangle makes so much sense. Top, big time. Years, in 2024. Middle, smaller time. Days, on Monday. Bottom, smallest time. Clocks, at 8 a.m.
You summarized it beautifully, but Diego, I have to be honest with our listeners. English is an old language. It has a lot of history, and sometimes it breaks its own rules.
Oh no, here come the exceptions, the rule breakers. Listeners, do not panic. Take a deep breath. We'll hold your hand through the exceptions too. What are the rule breakers, Lucy?
Parts of the day. We have the morning, the afternoon, the evening, and the night.
Okay, morning is a long period of time.
It lasts for many hours. So according to our triangle, it's a big box. We should use in.
And you are correct. We say, I drink coffee in the morning. I feel very sleepy in the afternoon. We watch television in the evening.
Okay, so where's the broken rule? That follows the triangle perfectly.
The broken rule happens when the sun goes down. Night. For some strange historical reason in English language, we don't say in the night, we say at night.
Ah, at night. I like to read a book at night. The stars are beautiful at night. I can't sleep at night. Why, Lucy? Why do we say in the morning but at night?
The truth is, there is no logical reason anymore. Hundreds of years ago in Old English, people viewed the night as a specific point of darkness rather than a period of time where you did activities. But honestly, as a B1 learner, you do not need to know the history. You just need to memorize this one little phrase, at night.
Okay, I'll put it in a special box in my brain. At night. Are there any other confusing things about time?
Yes, just one more little difference between American English and British English. The weekend.
Oh, I know this one. If you're in the United Kingdom, they say at the weekend because they view the weekend as a specific point at the end of the week. What are you doing at the weekend?
Exactly. But in American English, they view the weekend as 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. And remember, days take on. So Americans say on the weekend. What are you doing on the weekend?
So which one should our listeners use?
Whichever one they prefer. Both are 100% correct. If you love British TV shows, say at the weekend. If you love American movies, say on the weekend. Native speakers will understand you perfectly either way. Don't stress about it.
All right, Lucy. We've conquered time. We used the upside-down triangle, and it worked like magic. But what about place? What about locations? Can we use the same triangle?
Yes, that's the beautiful part. The upside-down triangle works for places too. We're going to start at the top again.
The top. The big, wide, broad space. The word is in.
Correct. For places, we use in for big general areas, areas that have borders or boundaries. For example, continents, countries, cities, and neighborhoods.
This makes perfect sense. A country is huge. It has a border around it. You're standing inside that border. I live in Spain. She was born in Japan. They are traveling in South America.
Exactly. And cities are big too. I work in London. My brother lives in New York. We spent 3 days in Paris.
So continents, countries, and cities all take in. What about smaller places with borders, like rooms in a house?
Yes, we call these enclosed spaces. Think of a room as a box. It has 4 walls, a floor, and a ceiling. If you're inside the box, you're in it.
Okay, let me picture my house. I'm cooking in the kitchen. My clothes are in the closet. The television is in the living room. She's singing in the shower.
Perfect examples. You're inside the walls of those spaces. We also use in for things that have boundaries, even if they don't have walls. For example, a park or a garden. A park has a fence or a line around it.
The children are playing in the park. I planted flowers in the garden. He is swimming in the pool.
Because the pool is like a box of water, you are inside the water.
Exactly. Look at you go, Diego. You're mastering this. Okay, so big areas and enclosed boxes take in. Now let's move down our upside-down triangle. The middle part. The space gets a little bit smaller and more specific. The word is on.
Yes, on. For places, we use on for 2 main things, surfaces and streets.
Surfaces. Like the top of a table. It's flat.
Yes, if something is touching the flat top of something else, but it's not inside a box, it's on the surface. The book is on the table. Your phone is on the desk. The cat is sleeping on the sofa.
What about walls and floors? They're flat surfaces too.
Exactly. A wall is a vertical surface. There is a beautiful painting on the wall. The clock is on the wall. And the floor is a horizontal surface. My bag is on the floor. Don't drop your food on the floor.
This is so clear. Touching a flat surface means on. What was the other thing for on? Streets.
Yes, streets, roads, avenues, and boulevards. Think about a street. It's a long, flat surface that you drive or walk on top of.
Ah, because a street is a flat surface. So I say, I live on Oxford Street. The supermarket is on Main Road. There's a lot of traffic on Fifth Avenue.
Perfectly said. You're located on the surface of that road. Now, let's look at the difference between in and on for cities and streets. I live in London, big city, inside the borders. I live on Baker Street, specific street, on the flat surface.
Oh, wow. Let me say that again to lock it in my memory. I live in London. I live on Baker Street. But wait, Lucy, what if I want to tell someone the exact house number where I live?
Ah, if you give an exact address or a specific point, you're moving to the very bottom of our upside-down triangle. You're moving to the tiny, sharp point. It's extremely specific. What word do we use at the bottom of the triangle?
The word is at.
Yes, at. We use at for highly specific locations. Think of it like a pin dropping on a Google map. It's an exact address or a specific point.
Like a pin on a map. I love that visual. So an address with a number. I live at 221B Baker Street.
Exactly. Notice the difference. Street only, I live on Baker Street. Street with number, I live at 221B Baker Street.
That is a massive realization for me because the number makes it a specific point on the map. Let me try another one. The cafe is on Washington Avenue. The cafe is at 500 Washington Avenue.
Bravo, Diego. You are a superstar. We also use at for specific points where things happen, like meeting places.
Meeting places, like the bus stop. I am waiting for you at the bus stop.
Yes, you are not inside a box. You are not on a big surface. You are standing at one specific point in the universe waiting for the bus. I will meet you at the corner of the street. Someone is knocking at the door. We had dinner at the restaurant.
Wait, Lucy, you said we had dinner at the restaurant, but a restaurant is a building. It has walls, a floor, and a ceiling. It's an enclosed box. Why don't we say we had dinner in the restaurant?
Oh, Diego, you have asked the million-dollar question. This is the hardest part of prepositions for B1 learners. Sometimes you can use both in and at for buildings, but the feeling, the meaning, changes slightly.
The meaning changes? How? Please explain this slowly because my brain is starting to spin.
Don't worry, I will make it simple. Let's use the restaurant as our example. If you want to focus on the building itself, the physical four walls, you use in. Imagine you are talking to your friend on the phone. It's raining outside. You say, "It is raining. Come inside. I'm in the restaurant." You are telling them you are inside the box, safe from the rain.
Okay, so in focuses on the physical building.
Yes, but most of the time, we don't care about the building. We care about the activity. When we think of a place as a location for an activity, a point on our daily map, we use at. Where were you last night? Oh, I was at a restaurant. I was eating dinner. That was the activity at that point.
Wow, this is deep. So if I say I am in the university, I mean I'm physically standing inside the university building. Maybe I'm looking at the architecture. But if I say I am studying at university, I'm talking about the activity of being a student, the location on the map of my life.
Diego, you just explained that better than most grammar books. That is exactly right. Let's look at one more example of this double meaning, the hospital.
Oh, this is a famous one. In the hospital versus at the hospital.
Yes, if you say, "My uncle is in the hospital," what does that mean?
It means he's sick. He's a patient. He's inside a bed, inside a room, inside the building. He's trapped in the box of the hospital.
Exactly. He's a patient. But what if you say, "I am at the hospital"?
It means I'm visiting. I'm not sick. I'm just at that point on the map to visit my uncle. Or maybe I work there as a doctor.
Yes, yes, yes. You understand the feeling of the language. And to our listeners, if you don't fully grasp this yet, please don't worry. This is an advanced feeling. If you use the wrong one, people will still understand you perfectly. No one will get angry. You are doing fine.
As Lucy said, don't worry too much about this double meaning. If you're using the overall upside-down triangle rules, you are already sounding so much more natural and accurate, so you can pat yourself on the back for that.
Now, let's get to the crazy part. We have to talk about something. We cannot talk about place without talking about the most painful, frustrating, confusing topic in English prepositions.
I know exactly what you're going to say. Transportation, vehicles.
Transportation, yes. Why do I have to be in a car but on a bus? A bus is a box. It has walls, a ceiling, and a floor. It's an enclosed space. Why am I not in a bus? This used to make me want to cry when I was preparing for my B1 exams.
Oh, I am so sorry, Diego. English is very strange with vehicles, but I have a magic rule for you. I have a trick that will solve this problem forever. Listeners, turn up the volume. Pay close attention to this. I'm ready. I have my invisible pen and paper.
Here is the magic rule for transportation. I call it the walk rule. When you are getting into a vehicle, ask yourself this simple question. Can I stand up and walk around while this vehicle is moving?
Can I stand up and walk around? Okay.
If the answer is yes, you can walk around, you use on. Let's practice. Diego, think about a bus. You step inside the bus. Can you stand up and walk down the aisle to find a seat?
Yes, I can walk around on a bus.
So, because you can walk, you are on a bus. I am on the bus right now.
Oh my goodness. What about a train?
Ask the question, can you walk around on a train?
Yes, I can walk to the bathroom, I can walk to the food car, so I am on a train.
Yes. What about an airplane?
I can walk down the aisle of an airplane, so I am on a plane. I watched a movie on the plane.
Brilliant. What about a large ship, a ferry?
I can walk all over a ship, so I am on a ship. We had dinner on the ship.
You are doing perfectly. Now, let's look at the other side of the rule. If you must bend your body, sit down immediately, and you cannot walk around, you use in.
Okay, let's apply this. A car. I open the car door. Can I stand up and walk around in a normal car?
Can you?
No, I would hit my head. I have to bend down, sit in the seat, and close the door. I'm trapped in a small box.
Exactly. Because you cannot walk, you use in. You are in a car. Get in the car. We are going to be late.
This is blowing my mind, Lucy. What about a taxi?
Can you walk around in a taxi?
No, I must sit down, so I am in a taxi.
Yes. What about a helicopter?
No walking in a helicopter, so I am in a helicopter.
Yes, you've got it. Walk equals on a bus, on a train, on a plane, on a ship. Sit down immediately equals in a car, in a taxi, in a helicopter.
Lucy, this rule just changed my life. I'm being serious. I struggled with this for years, and you solved it in 2 minutes with the walk rule. Listeners, please tell me you're smiling right now, because learning grammar should feel like solving a fun puzzle, not like doing a punishment.
That is the whole mission of Flair English, Diego. We want to remove the pain of learning. We want to give you light, clear rules that make sense.
Okay, Lucy, I have another area of modern life where I feel totally lost with prepositions. Technology and media. My phone, my computer, the internet. Sometimes I don't know if I'm in the internet or on the internet. Am I in my phone or on my phone?
Ah, the digital world. This is a very common place for B1 learners to make mistakes. But the rule here is actually simpler than you think. Are you ready?
I am ready.
For almost everything related to technology, screens, and broadcasting, we use on.
Almost everything?
Yes, remember our rule for surfaces? If it's a flat surface, we use on.
A screen is a flat surface. You look on the surface of the screen.
Oh, because the screen is flat glass. So I say, I saw a funny video on YouTube.
Exactly. I am talking to my mother on the phone. I saw the news on TV. I heard a great song on the radio. I read an interesting article on the internet. He spends too much time on his computer.
Wow, screens and broadcasts are all on. So right now, our listeners are listening to us on a podcast. And if they're watching our video, they're watching us on YouTube. And if they want to leave a comment, they should leave a comment on our channel.
Yes, Diego. Nice promotion. Seriously, please leave a comment on this video. Tell us where you're listening from. Tell us if the walk rule helped you.
But wait, Lucy, what about traditional media? What about a book or a newspaper? Those aren't screens.
Good catch. For printed materials that have physical pages, things you open up and read deep inside, we use in. Think of the book as a box of knowledge. The words are inside the box.
A box of knowledge. I love that. So I read a beautiful story in a book. I saw your picture in the newspaper. There's a great recipe in this magazine.
Perfect. Digital screens are on. Printed pages are in.
Okay, I feel like my brain is full of amazing tools now. I have the upside down triangle for time, big time is in, days are on, clock time is at. I have the upside down triangle for place. Big places are in, streets and surfaces are on, specific map points are at. I have the walk rule for vehicles, and I have the screen rule for technology.
You are incredibly smart, Diego, and our listeners are too. Let's take a break from the grammar now. I want to talk to you, the person listening to this right now. Yes, you. I know you are trying very hard to learn English. Maybe you need English for a better job to support your family. Maybe you moved to a new country and you feel lonely and you just want to make friends. Maybe you are studying for a big university exam. I want to tell you something very important. Your worth is not measured by your grammar.
That is the truest thing anyone can say. Please listen to Lucy. When I was struggling, I felt stupid. I thought that because I couldn't remember if it was in Monday or on Monday, I was not intelligent. But that is a lie. Learning a new language as an adult is one of the hardest, bravest things a human being can do.
It is so brave. When you open your mouth to speak a language that is not yours, you are showing courage. If you say to a native speaker, "I will meet you in the bus stop," instead of "at the bus stop," do you know what will happen?
Nothing bad will happen. They will go to the bus stop and meet you. They will understand.
Exactly. Communication is about human connection. It's about sharing a smile, a coffee, a story. The prepositions are just tiny details. We teach you these rules today so that you can feel more confident. But if you forget the rules tomorrow, please do not punish yourself. Please do not feel sad.
I have a funny story to prove this, actually. Can I share it, Lucy?
Of course, Diego. We love your stories.
A few years ago, when my English was still quite messy, I was trying to be very romantic. I was dating a girl, and it was our anniversary. I wanted to impress her with my English. I made a reservation at a very fancy, expensive restaurant. I called her on the phone, and I meant to say, "My beautiful love, I will be waiting for you at the restaurant." But I was so nervous, my heart was beating fast, and instead of using at, I used on. I said, "My beautiful love, I will be waiting for you on the restaurant."
Oh no! On the restaurant, Diego?
Yes, she was silent for a second. Then she started laughing so hard. She said, "Diego, please do not climb onto the roof of the building. It is raining. Just wait inside." I was so embarrassed. My face was completely red. But you know what? When she arrived at the restaurant, we laughed about it for 10 minutes. It broke the ice. It made the date even better. And that mistake became one of our favorite memories.
That is exactly what I mean. Your mistakes are charming. They are part of your personality. A native speaker will never judge you for saying on the restaurant. They will love you for trying to speak their language. Never lose your confidence because of a tiny preposition.
Thank you, Lucy. That is the message of Flair English.
Are you ready for a little fun, Diego?
I am always ready for fun.
Let's do a little quiz with our listeners. We're going to test everything we learned today. Listeners, I'm going to say a phrase, but I'm going to leave out the preposition. I will pause for 3 seconds. I want you to shout out the answer out loud before Diego says it. Are you ready?
I am ready. I will wait 3 seconds to let our friends at home answer first.
Okay, question number 1. In 2025. Pause for 3 seconds.
In 2025, because a year is a big wide period of time at the top of our triangle.
Correct. Next one. Saturday. Pause for 3 seconds.
On Saturday, because it's a specific day of the week, the middle of the triangle.
Yes, excellent. Next one. 9 a.m. Pause for 3 seconds.
At 9 a.m. because it's an exact clock time, the sharp point of the triangle.
Perfect. You are 3 for 3. Let's do some places. London. Pause for 3 seconds.
In London because a city is a big area with a border.
Great. Now, what about this one? The Wall. Pause for 3 seconds.
A wall is a flat surface, so it must be on the wall.
Yes. Now for a tricky one. Pay attention to the number. At 45 Queen Street. Pause for 3 seconds.
Oh, because there's a number, it's an exact point on the map. It's a specific address, so it's at 45 Queen Street.
Wow, Diego, you are a master. Okay, let's test the transportation rule. At a taxi. Pause for 3 seconds.
Let me ask the question. Can I walk around in a taxi? No, I must sit down. So I'm in a taxi.
Brilliant. Last one. Let's test the media rule. At the radio. Pause for 3 seconds.
It's a broadcast, it's technology, so it's on the radio.
Bravo! Bravo to you, Diego, and bravo to everyone listening. If you got them all right, congratulations. You have learned so much today. If you made some mistakes, congratulations to you too. You found an area to practice, and that is a beautiful thing.
Lucy, this has been one of my favorite episodes we've ever recorded. I feel so relaxed, but I also feel like I learned so much. English doesn't have to be a nightmare. It can be a peaceful walk in the park.
It truly can be. My dear listeners, as we bring this episode to a close, I want you to remember the feeling of this moment. Remember the upside-down triangle. Big time and big places use in. Smaller days and surfaces use on. Specific clock times and specific map points use at. Remember the walk rule for vehicles. Walk around on a bus or plane. Sit down in a taxi or cab. Remember the screens. On your phone, in your book. But most of all, remember that you are capable. You are intelligent. Your journey with English is unique to you. Do not compare yourself to anyone else.
Yes, comparison is the thief of joy. Celebrate your small victories. If you understood just one new thing today, that's a victory. We are so incredibly proud of you.
If our voices brought some peace and understanding to your day, please don't leave without subscribing to Flair English. We put our whole hearts into these lessons, and having you as part of our family means the world to us. Hit the subscribe button, press the little bell icon, and leave a comment below. Tell us your story. We read every single one.
Thank you for letting us into your cars, your kitchens, your walks, and your lives. We'll be right here waiting for you in the next episode.
Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourself today. Keep speaking, keep making beautiful mistakes, and keep shining your light. Until next time, goodbye, my friends.
Goodbye, everyone. We love you.